Saludos, mi gente. Your boys coming through once again. And on today's video, we're gonna address the protests that happened in Mexico City, right? It happened on July 4th, on the 4th of July, and it got wild, right? The reason why I'm gonna make this video is to put the, how will you say it? Put the record straight, because we have a lot of black channels who like to create drama, who like to create hatred, who like to create division. And if you were to ask me, these individuals don't know what they're speaking on. They're just talking because they have a mouth. And on today's video, I'm gonna talk to you what happened over there, the reason why they're protesting, because these individuals are throwing a different narrative. And trust me, it's not because of blacks, man. So before we continue with this video, do not forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We do highly appreciate it. Thank you for the support. We are growing. We're trying to get to 10K by September 10th, so we can do the one chip challenge on a live stream. So support the channel. We highly appreciate it. First of all, I want everybody to pay attention to this. I stand with my Mexican president. She said this morning that Mexico is open to whoever wants to come to Mexico. You can come over here and stay. Doesn't matter where you come from. That's what the Mexican president said this morning. Mexico is not a country for hate nor discrimination. Period. That's how a lot of Mexicans feel. And this happened in Mexico City. It's not throughout Mexico. It's just in Mexico City. And I'm going to explain why, right? So it's a group of young people. They're in the 20s. Most likely like college people and stuff like that. Those individuals go to universities. They have to deal with rent, right? But because there's Americans who travel from who's living in Mexico City in a certain area, they're not buying property, right? Because the thing about this is that if you buy property, it's all good. There's no issue. You can buy property if you are a USA citizen. But the thing is renting the property. What happens? Rich people or people, Americans who have money, right? Usually doing remote work from home, go to Mexico, earn what is like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, whatever dollars they're doing per month. They live over here and they have a comfortable life, right? But they only do it for 5 months. Why? Because they're not a resident. They don't come in no visa. You don't need a visa to come to Mexico. They just come with the passport. They stamp it, and they're supposed to leave the country within 6 months, right? So that's why they just come right here for 5 months, leave, and maybe come back again and do the same thing over and over again, right? That is driving the prices of rent on that area so high that the regular Mexicans cannot afford that. They are driving the price of product up that the regular Mexicans right there cannot afford it. And they're saying, man, it has to come to a point where we need to require these individuals to get visas, like the US does it, and pay taxes, right? They want some kind of solution because they see that in this area, the prices are going significantly up higher, and your regular typical Mexican cannot afford that. Simple as that. They protest and they led to vandalism. They were vandalizing Mexican businesses, not like other channels are saying that, oh, they're doing nothing but American business. No, those Americans that come to live in DF, in the city of Mexico, are those who just stay right here for a few months. They have to go back to the US or whatever country they came from, and then eventually they return again. They're not buying property. The best thing to do so you don't affect the economy in Mexico is buy property, because if not, the renters will see, okay, this guy had money. There's a lot of individuals, a lot of people from the US, from different countries who have money. Let's just put the rent more higher, because we want their money. Simple as that. It's basically the same energy that the Trump supporters are having, right? The only thing that over here, they're not complaining about them taking their jobs because they're doing the remote workplace from home and stuff like that. And the only thing is that they're all the prices with rent and the items, whatever stores, stuff like that, groceries are going up in that area. This doesn't mean that if you go to uh, different parts like La Paz, if you buy over there or you rent over there, it doesn't mean that they're protesting over there. It's just that area from Mexico City. Simple as that, man. Um, there's a lot of ignorance when it comes down to people who protest, right? Let's not forget, in every country, there's going to be individuals who have their own thoughts and they're close minded. And I do not agree with this at all. You know, I do understand them. I do understand them. But I believe that everybody has opportunities in this life. The only thing you have to do is just go and seek them. Simple as that. If you are sitting home and you're like, man, what I'm gonna do, or you just go for a job that does not pay you, that's your bad. That's your bad. I do understand that some opportunities in Mexico are not as given as other countries, but if you put in the hard work, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. Simple as that. Right here, and like they were saying right here with this protest, it's not about the black people, because I have seen different platforms of black people saying, oh, the Mexicans don't like Americans, don't like black people specifically, right? They're vandalizing American businesses specifically, and they're not, man. These businesses, they believe that these businesses are contributing because they're doing cafes and they're super expensive and stuff like that, and they believe that those are part of the problem, so that's why they vandalize it, which is not okay. It's not okay. But for individuals to come out and put that hatred, that division between two different cultures that don't even get along, they cannot get mixed because of whatever reason, and still adding more fuel to that fire is not okay, man. It shouldn't be about that. If people don't like Mexicans, well, talk about somebody else. Simple as that, man. What I'm saying right here is like this, man. In Mexico, everybody's welcome. Simple as that. The president is with that, and it's a big difference between this president and the president from America. Now, everybody is welcome if you want to come over here. There's a lot of Americans that live in my neighborhood where I drive and by the beach. There's a lot of Americans. There's a lot of neighborhoods that is nothing but American oriented, especially over there in Jalisco, places by the beaches and stuff like that. And nobody's criticizing that, you know, because there's a lot of Americans right there. The cost of living has gone up a lot, you know what I mean? But there's nobody protesting right there. They're protesting in Mexico City. Simple as that. And the reason is because they're all the rent is going up in a certain zone, and the price of items are going up. That's what they're doing. They went about it the wrong way. I don't think nobody's with them, and it sucks, man. It sucks because people like this, whatever belief they have, they don't need to destroy businesses. Because at the end of the day, as a business owner, I can tell you, man, creating a business and making it to that point is difficult. It's nothing easy. And if you get like a little niche, if you're to call it, right, selling coffee, doing little breakfasts, lunches, stuff like that. If that is hidden and your clientele is American, get that money, man. But there's a lot of haters in Mexico. There's a lot of haters in the U.S. And this has nothing to do with the illegals in the U.S. Big difference. Americans who are leaving, who are staying right here 5 months, they're not paying taxes in Mexico. Big difference. Illegals who live in the U.S., they do pay taxes because they live in over there. These individuals are not buying property right here. They don't buy right. They don't work right here. They work with the company in the U.S. And the people are saying, well, have them pay taxes. Just think about that. Have them pay taxes because they're not paying taxes to the country, you know? And I do understand that, you know what I mean? That means that what I'm doing on YouTube, I have to get taxed because right now I'm not getting taxed. I'm not getting taxed, so that's exactly what it is. If they were to pay taxes, I'll be affected as well because I'm working with the company, YouTube, that has to do with the United States. So I don't pay taxes right here in Mexico. So with this being said, I hope I clarify the issue. that this black platforms talking this nonsense straight up, get it clear, you know, and if you don't like it, talk about somebody else. Simple as that, man. So with this being said, fact check. Till next time, have a good one.